USPAP, Standard 2, page 23. Document the identity of the client in the work file and must state in the report that the identity of the client has been withheld at the client's request. The restricted appraisal report is for client use only. Before entering into an agreement, the appraiser should establish with the client the situations where this type of report is to be used and should ensure that the client understands the restricted utility of the restricted appraisal report. Roman numeral 2. State the intended use of the appraisal. Comment. The intended use of the appraisal must be consistent with the limitation on use of the restricted appraisal report option in this standards rule, i.e., for instance, client use only. Roman numeral 3. State information sufficient to identify the real estate involved in the appraisal. Comment. The real estate involved in the appraisal can be specified, for example, by a legal description, address, map reference, copy of a survey or map, property sketch, and/or photographs or the like. Roman numeral 4. State the real property interest appraised. Roman numeral 5. State the type of value and cite the source of its definition. Comments. When an opinion of reasonable exposure time has been developed in compliance with Standards Rule 1-2C, the opinion must be stated in the report. Roman numeral 6. State the effective date of the appraisal and the date of the report. Comment. The effective date of the appraisal establishes the context for the value opinion, while the date of the report indicates whether the perspective of the appraiser on the market and property as of the effective date of the appraisal was prospective, current, or retrospective. Roman numeral 7. State the scope of work used to develop the appraisal. Comment. Because the client's reliance on the appraisal may be affected by the scope of work, the report must enable them to be properly informed and not misled. Sufficient information includes disclosure of research and analysis performed and might also include disclosure of research and analysis not performed. When any portion of the work involves significant real property appraisal assistance, the appraiser must state the extent of that assistance. The names of those providing the significant real property appraisal assistance must be stated in the certification, in accordance with Standards Rule 2-3. Roman numeral 8. State the appraisal methods and techniques employed. State the value opinions and conclusions reached, and reference the work file. Exclusion of the sales comparison approach, cost approach, or income approach must be explained. Comment. An appraiser must maintain a specific, coherent work file in support of a restricted appraisal report. The contents of the work file must include sufficient information to indicate that the appraiser complied with the standards requirements of Standard 1 and for the appraiser to produce an appraisal report. When reporting an opinion of market value, a summary of the results of analyzing the subject sales, agreements of sale, options, and listings in accordance with Standards Rule 1-5 is required, if such.